Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel, Meals and Wheels. My name is Darius. Today we've got a couple exciting things. It's like Christmas for me a little bit early. One of the things that I wanted for my 2019 Mustang GT was a GT350R Alcantara steering wheel with red stitching. So today we're gonna unwrap that present that I got and we're gonna show you how to install it. Alright, so before we get started on the install of this steering wheel, what we're going to have to do is gather up our tools, and I've laid everything out for you right here. So we have a 3/4 impact gun along with a 24mm socket. We have a small pry bar, a couple of 4mm Allen wrenches, a T20 Torx bit, and also a 10mm socket. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do to get started is we're going to go ahead and disconnect the battery, and to do that we need to get in our car and pop the hood. Before we can get the airbag out, is that right here I need to show you there are two small holes on each side of the steering wheel, and you're going to use your Allen wrench in there. It's spring loaded, and so if you fit your Allen wrench in there just right, you'll feel the spring catch, and then at that point it'll pop the one side. You can pull it, lift that out a little bit, and then you have to go do the other side. All right, once you get the second clip popped, you just gently turn this towards you, and to pop these little tabs up so you can disconnect your airbag cables. Then you're going to disconnect the rest of your wires that are on the back of here, so your horn wiring. And then we've got one little factory clip that we need to pop out, and then so that's your airbag and your horn. After that, and take our impact gun with our 24mm, spin that off. And we've got one wiring harness plug in here that we have to disconnect, so it's really tight to get your fingers in there, but just try to pinch the clip down and pull the wire off. And that should take that off. And then now steering wheel's out. Alright, so with steering wheel out, just kind of a side-by-side comparison. I'm not going to do a full unveiling of the Alcantara steering wheel yet, but I do want to show you some differences that we're going to have to, things that we're going to have to take care of. And number one is that on the GT model versus the Shelby GT350, the buttons and the layout are different. So we're going to have to transfer our switches and buttons to the other steering wheel and remove the ones from the GT350. If you choose to, the trim ring on mine is actually a brighter chrome, and then you have a smoke chrome on the GT350 steering wheel. If you want to keep that, you can actually do that. I prefer to go ahead and keep the chrome looking because it matches the rest of my interior, but we're going to go ahead and just disassemble the steering wheel and get the other one ready to go back in the car. So a couple of things I want to show you is that these are the clips that you were trying to unlock that are for your airbag. So that's why you go through the pinholes on the side, and they actually just push these over to unlock it. So that's why it's a little bit tricky to get them straight and just hit them just right. So, but now what we're going to do is start taking off the trim pieces off our current steering wheel, because we're going to want this for our new steering wheel. Oh, it's just like, I mean, most of this won't be. None of this, all this stuff stays here, and we use the wiring out of the new steering wheel. Take the switches off. The GT350 steering wheel, these are the original ones that came for the GT350. Those won't be used on our swap. But what we're gonna do is go ahead and keep the steering wheel covered up to keep it safe and from damaging the Alcantara in the process. If somebody wanted to keep these, they would actually just unscrew these and pull the whole cluster out and then drop the new one in it. Right, so we've got everything now on the steering wheel and got everything switched out, so now we're getting ready to go put it back in the car. Okay, so when you're putting it back in the car, what you want to do is make sure that you fish through the top opening your airbag harnesses. And then if you look, you have these two yellow pegs right here, and you have your main wiring harness, and all of this needs to line up as you put this back together, because as the steering wheel turns, they work hand in hand to stay in place. Everything's in, so now it's just a matter of putting the bolt back through it. So I like to get it started and then actually grab the impact gun.
Is there usually a torque specification for this kind?
There is no torque spec on the steering wheel.
Okay.
You actually use the impact gun to take it off, impact gun to put it on. The threads flow with the same way as this mount works, so they stay side by side, so they don't you can't reverse thread it.
Okay.
All right, so now we got our airbag back, and so obviously the orientation of the airbag needs to be where it's going to mount in, where the pony logo matches the same angle of the steering wheel.
So if you wanted to be a rebel, could you put it upside down?
I do not believe that this could go in upside down. I'm pretty sure that all these notches inside the aluminum are designed to sit with these clips and these rubber bushings. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and plug. It's just easier with the steering wheel out. We're going to slide this main harness back through here and make sure we have it set the right direction to get it plugged in. Yep. I just need to twist the wire around. All right, so now that's back in there.
Stand back.
Yeah, it'd be a wise choice. You stand back and I'll keep doing what I'm doing. Make sure there's no wires or anything binding up here. They're all set up in the top and in the middle. And line your airbag up and snap it right back in place. You're gonna uncover it. And so this is the Alcantara with the red stripe, red stitching. Little D-shaped flat bottom on it. Little fat bolsters here as far as to, grab your hand, better hand holding in it. Really nice, comfortable feel. And I think it looks really great in the car. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hook up the battery, pray that the airbags don't blow up inside the car, and then after that we're gonna make sure all the buttons inside the car actually work and function correctly. Don't forget to put your dust boot back over top of your battery, and then replace all your 3 clips that you have in it. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna verify the horn works. Horn works great, so I'm gonna just turn the power on in the car. And I just wanna make sure that my dash functions, everything work properly. All my gauge modes, accessories, so all that seems to be working fine. We'll let the stereo come up, see if the stereo controls actually work correctly. Let's see. Probably have to go through and reset everything. Let's go here, source, FM. Nope, we're not gonna play any music right now, but so it seems like volume, everything works there. Mute button works. And I'll have to test the controls out for cruise control when I actually get it out on the road. And as far as voice commands,
please say a command.
call Pig Logan.
Please say a line number or say none of those.
None of those. So,
Please.
alright, that's it. Steering wheel's done. Right, now that we're done with the Alcantara steering wheel install on the 2019 Mustang GT, we're going to go inside and we're going to get cooking. Hey everybody, now that the steering wheel is...
Sorry, he just kissed you.
Sorry. I thought I felt something over here. I'm like, what are you doing? This is fun being the camera guy. He's just going like, I can do this all day. Just like stop, start. Right, now that we've got the steering wheel installed and we're all cleaned up, I'm here with Cameron and we are going to show you how to make this wonderful baked brie dish that will knock your significant other socks off.
Yeah, absolutely. This is for one of the ones that maybe if you don't know how to cook but you want to impress your lover or your significant other, let's get into it.
Right, so what we have out here is all the ingredients to do this dish. We've got wine, brie, strawberry jelly, fresh strawberries, a little bit of olive oil, and a little bit of fresh mint.
And don't forget your fat loaf.
So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna preheat the oven to 400 degrees. And once the oven is up to temperature, we're gonna lightly drizzle a little bit of olive oil in the center of our pan. And then we're gonna unwrap and lay our baked brie on top of it. And we just wanna move it around just a little bit on it, make sure the bottom of it's coated so it doesn't stick to the pan.
All right, now we're gonna pop her in the oven.
All right, so next up we got our strawberry jam that Cameron's gonna put in a small pot. And we're gonna warm it up on the stove and add a 1/4 cup of white wine to it just to thin it down a little bit. And we'll do that and warm that up over the next 5 minutes while the baked brie is cooking.
Now I'm gonna add that 1/4 cup of white wine. And then we're gonna go straight over to the stovetop. We're gonna turn this on medium low. All right, now that we got this rolling and it's getting a little bit loosened up, we're gonna go check on this brie. Okay, she's actually oozing out already, so she's ready to go. She's got a nice soft inside. She's probably ooey and gooey all the way through. Now it's time for us to throw our bread in. All right. Now, with the French loaf, you don't have to put it on a pan or anything like that. You can just throw it straight onto your grate inside of your oven. You give it a couple minutes, let that get nice and golden brown and toasted on the sides and soft on the inside, and we take it out, give it a chop.
Right, so next up we're gonna actually take our serving plate that we're gonna use and a ladle, and we're gonna spoon out some of the strawberry jelly that's reduced with white wine in the plate. Be generous with it. This is probably one of the best parts of the whole dish. Right. So now we're gonna take the brie. We're gonna set the brie right in the center of the strawberry jelly. Just give it a little bit of a push down so that way it doesn't slide around on the plate. Then wait to make it look pretty.
All right, so our bread's ready now. We're gonna bring it out. We're gonna slice her up. Be careful, she is gonna be hot. Now, whenever you cut this, you wanna cut it at a slight angle, so whenever you're able to lay your brie on it, you want a nice long piece of bread. Now we're gonna take a couple of these slices, fan them out on the plate. Beautiful, nice and crunchy, super flaky bread. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that.
Right, so we're gonna garnish the brie with just a couple strawberries on the plate, and then a little sprig of fresh mint. Just add a little bit of green to it. One thing we recommend is a little bit of white wine. Kind of set the mood for the evening. And we're complete.
Fantastic. First thoughts?
It's amazing. It is creamy cheese, great strawberry, crunchy French bread. Can't beat it. Hey everybody, thank you for watching this episode of Meals and Wheels. Just remember
To share, like, and subscribe. Also, if you watch our videos and you have any ideas of what you want us to cook next, just throw a comment below, and if we get enough comments, we'll do that too. Thanks.